Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Appopedia. I am Ratna Priya. As you know that I am continuing the order orchestration course under industry order management. It was a complete course and it is still going on. So up to 6.5 tasks we done that we saw orchestration dependency definition, we saw orchestration plan definition, and we saw the auto assignment of for the Salesforce user by using orchestration items. So up to here we done that, and whoever come to my channel for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and be with me, and you will learn so much of things like new technology. I will post new technology courses, and somehow I try to continue with those application development as well, and do some feedback on my channel, how I doing my videos and how I need to improve myself to be make some more useful videos on those courses, either positive or negative. Just let me know you guys getting help from those videos or not, and that feedback is only motivation me to make another videos and continue these things in the long go. So as I love to help you guys and I love to share my knowledge with you guys, so let's get started. Do not waste your time and my time. So up to here, as you know that we are going simultaneously with the course and with following with the PDF. So up to here we done that. So this task is reviewing the installation system orchestration plan diagram, create the training mocker orchestration system, create the system interface for the new orchestration system, set up the external system in remote site setting, set the technical product scope to the default, create the installation system orchestration plan definition, create an orchestration call out to the new orchestration system, create the orchestration scenario, test the installation system orchestration plan, change the attribute, and check the impact on the orchestration plan. So up to here we done that orchestration plan definition, and according to that definition we check almost 3 to 4 record type by using auto assignment of the Salesforce user. Up to here we done that. So now we are changing the way of dealing orchestration plan diagram with installation system. Now we will see how we can do that. I'm just skipping all the theories, guys. You need to read all these things up to yourself only, as I already read it, and I think I'm just considering you guys also will read out. So how we will check the installation system? As you can see, this is it. We last videos, the previous lecture, you can see last 2-3 lectures we are just using the orchestration item definition, that is start order, create credit check, create assets, and complete order. So these are come under one plan. That plan name is orchestration plan, and that whole plan is changed. This is the E2C master plan definition. This is plan definition, and that whole is come with the orchestration plan. And this all things will come under which system? It's all schedule system. That schedule system having one plan, that installation system plan. So these all are called installation system orchestration plan. So now how we will see the installation system plan? Firstly, it will include what? These are the orchestration item definition, which will call out to the installation service system, and which will handle by the installation service, right? And then new plan will be created with the orchestration dependency definition to the E2C plan master plan, that is orchestration plan definition. So it call out the task sequentially and correctly with the E2C master orchestration items. Now what is E2C master plan items? These are the items, orchestration item definition. So these are the items where we can call these item to the dependency item definition as well, because we are adding the dependency definition as well to check the new plan to sequentially correct with the E2C orchestration item. So these things we will handle with the with services installation system service, and that plan called installation system plan. So let's start with the first. What we have to create the training mocker orchestration system. For this one we have to go into the system. Let's search to the navigation bar. We have to search system, and then where we have to go in the, okay, there is the system. If you don't have to search it, firstly check the tab, navigation bar tab. Okay, now we have to create a new system. This we are creating what? For we are creating installation system, and that system plan called installation system plan. So now the system name should be training mocker. It's a training mocker, and then URL is, for calling out this thing we have to pass some URL. So let's pass this URL and save it. Now what we have to do next? URL must be typed exactly. You don't have to by mistake also. If you're doing something wrong in the URL, it will not work. You will not able to get the relevant output. So just check and don't be hurry with the URL, and just check either from forward or from backward. You don't have to keep any extra spaces. Now we have to go into the related tab. Now we have to create another system new. So this is system. Up to here we are creating some system services plan, right? So now we are creating a proper system. That interface system name should be, the system interface name should be installation system. Now what implementation we are interface we are calling, this is implementation interface, right? And then we have to save it. What the name of that? Default system interface. Now path, okay, I mistaken. Let's add the path as well. Okay, no problem. Let's edit this one. So just be careful, guys. You need to be careful about these things, and don't be use in hurry anything, and just don't add any extra spaces between any URL or any space things. Just recheck it. Implementation will specify from the Apex class that used to communicate with the interface, and default system interface used, which is standard out of the box synchronized communication interface provided by Salesforce Industries that will generate the JSON. So it JSON and submit to the specific endpoint. It's all about that. Implementation is just giving the how they will reflect you guys to be see that this is the system installation system work. So because of that reason they are calling this interface to implement that Apex class. Okay, and the path where we can see the orchestration system to create a final input user. Now we have to save it, as already I saved it. Where we have to go next? Now we have to pick go into the setup external remote site. Okay, now go into the setup, and then we have to search a remote. Okay, now let me go into the setup page. Now let's close all the tab first. Okay, now be confused between that. I search it, and then we have to go into the remote site system setting, and then we have to edit one dialog, then create. Okay, then edit name should be, then we have to create another remote site. Okay, where is the new remote site? And then we have to paste some name. Okay, name is a training mock, and then URL should be the same URL we passed before the system. Okay, while we are creating the system, the same URL we have to pass. Just don't be use your things into it. Just follow the PDF exactly, and if you want to try also, then try it separate out. Don't be used in this one. Otherwise you will confuse, and you will not never get any relevant answers or any relevant output whatever you are seeing in the things. Now we have to close this setup. Okay, they are saying something. As I told you that, guys, don't be in hurry with the URL. See, it's a space, that's why it's not taking. So now it's taking. So just be careful with the URL. Now we have to close this tab. Now after closing it, step 5, that is set the technical product scope to the default. Okay, now we have to go into the located installation systems resource. This is the technical product. This is the technical product. Don't be confused between, because it's a written installation system. It's not system plan or any definition. Okay, it's just a technical product. And then we have to go into the edit menu. We have to go into the edit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Now we have to go into the edit, and then we have to what they're saying, and then we have to change the scope type to be, this is account. Now we have to change with the order items. Now we will save it. We saw already the previous lectures, we saw the scope difference as well. While we are pressing the account, the uh, order decomposition will be coming with the only one items, right? If we choose a scope should be account, it will not come with the multiple order which is selected by single account. Okay, it will come with the one option. It's not be occurrences is not happen in while we are selecting the scope as a account. When we are selecting an order item for the scope, then what will happen, it doesn't matter the account is which, is all about how many items you are selected or how many items in an order it decomposed in the fulfillment request. Every element, every product will become in the, while we are selecting the scope as a order items. Now we will go into the next step. What they are saying, they are saying to create a new orchestration plan definition. Let's create a new orchestration plan definition, and what we will keep the name installation system. Let's create the installation system, create the new plan. Okay, now we are creating new plan, and so order should be 2. Let's create, and then scope should be always by default global only. Okay, just remember all these things. I am repeating from first lecture. These things you have to remember. And then we have to go related, and then we have to create the items. Let's create items, and the we for the items record type we saw milestone, auto task, manual task. Now we are selecting what, call out. Whoever jump on this lecture, firstly don't be go this lecture. I am not suggesting you, just go and watch some previous lectures of mine, then maybe you will understand easily and better. So now we have to select a scope. Scope by default what is, it's a global, and then record type is now call out, as we done with 3 things. What was things scope are, is manual, milestone, manual task, and auto. Now we are seeing call out. Now number of entry tries should be 3. Now we are some more fields we are using here. It's number of retries and timeout. Timeout is 100 millisecond. 100 millisecond. Now we have to, and one more thing you have to remember is number of retries is not supplied. Why? Before we are not adding these fields are, right? So what we have to, what is default it will take a 3 retries. Okay, so 3 times we can retry it. And then what they're saying to add in the installation system interface we have to add, that is installation system that we have to add. Let's add it, and then select this one. And then what they are saying to be, notice the error queue which will allow you to specify a manual queue for any orchestration item to that fatal failed state, and not notice the velocity data raptor configure compatibility which allows you to transform the JSON structure of the data being passed to the external service system. Okay, so what they are saying, if any as you know that orchestration item is, we select the record type is manual, then it will directly come with the same name. The item having the same name is created the manual queue. So the same thing is saying, if error queue is coming, then it will not come with the ready state, it will directly come with the failed state. That is they are saying. See, okay, so now we have to select this one, and then we have to save it. Okay, now we have to go into the next what they are saying orchestration items is, we have to click schedule Okay, schedule installation. Now we have to open it, and then we have to scroll down, add condition section. Let's open it. Now we have to select AND operator. Okay, now selecting AND operator, and then we have to add some condition. Now we have to add product, the value product. As a product we have to add, we can search this product installation. This one is the product. Now we have to select this one, and then attribute should be service. Okay, and then we have to select it, and operator should be not equal to. Let's add not equal to, and then we have to pass the DIY install. Okay, let's add the DIY install. Now we have to pass, we need only one condition. Okay, we have to, since you only need one part of simple English, okay, then we have to remove another one. So how we will remove? Use this garbage icon and then save the condition. Now we have to click on the next step. Now as we created the green, okay, now as we created the, before we created credit check and credit assets, right? And these are the orchestration items definition, under which orchestration plan definition. So where we have to go? Now we have to go into the E to E orchestration plan definition. So let's go to the E to E plan definition. Now where we will find the 4 to 3 items, that is start order, complete order, credit check, and then asset. Now we are creating another one. So what we have to go? Now we have to go into the, okay, we are creating another dependency. Okay, so now let's, I'm so sorry, we have to go into this item definition dependency. I thought we have to go through the plan definition. Okay, I'm so sorry for that. Now we have to create another dependency. Okay, now let's create the dependency definition name, and then we have to select the items. Items should be the orchestration item definition, which we completely defined under this orchestration plan. Okay, so now we have to add the scope. Should be the, by default is which one? Just tell yourself with me with the same manner. What was things I'm asking, just repeat yourself, then you will understand easily and you will remember easily. So now we have to go to the orchestration plan definition. Now we have to go to the E to E plan definition. I was correct only, but I was too in hurry, so that's why I kept one step earlier. So okay, no problem. Now we have to go with which E to E plan, master plan, test order. Now we have to go into the assets. Okay, now we have to go into the related. We have to select orchestration plan definition. Now we have to go to the related tab. Okay, now I'm going with the, and then we have to click on the dependency. Okay, now we have to click on the dependency. Now we have to click on the create assets. Okay, now let me go to the create assets. Now we have to go into the dependency definition. Now we have to click on the credit check dependency. Now we have to create another. Now we have to edit this name of the dependency. Okay, let's edit it. Select the definition name first, and then paste it, and then we have to change the item as well, because I already told you whatever the items is added into the dependency item definition, it should be there in the orchestration plan items. Okay, in the orchestration plan definition it should be there. So you cannot able to add it. If you add also, you will not able to link that one. So up to here we will done. Now we have to go into the next step, that is creating the orchestration scenario. How we will create? We have to go into the this plan. Okay, now we have to go into the orchestration definition. Let's go into the orchestration definition, and we have to open the installation system, and then we have to go into the related, and then we have to open orchestration item definition. Now we have to create a scenario, right? So we have to go back, little back. We have to create orchestration scenario in the orchestration plan definition, which is installation system. Now we have to create the new one. So orchestration scenario name is, now we have to copy and paste, that is installation system resource scenario. The product should be installation system resource, and this product is, which product is this? Is a technical product, not a commercial. Now we have to use the arrow. Action is set to be add. Yeah, it's already add. Now we have to click and save it. Now we have to click, leave the rest as it is, and then we have to save it. Now what the orchestration scenario will invoke the new installation system orchestration plan when the installation system resource technical product is added to the order, which means many to one decomposition relationship that you created in the advanced decomposition relationship. Yes, now we will link our previous lecture to here, as they are saying to whatever the scenario of orchestration, this orchestration scenario will directly trigger which product. They trigger the technical product, and that technical product directly decompose the order, right? That then only we can see the orchestration plan definition, right? So orchestration plan definition will handle with the order decomposition, and which decomposition they are using, many to one, that is advanced decomposition process. So now you need to go back and revise yourself, then maybe you will understand easy, but don't worry, you will understand here as well. It's simple, just you have to recall yourself again and again what and why we are doing and which we are doing. Okay, so now we have to create the order obviously, and we need to add the account for checking, for testing which, for testing the orchestration scenario, is it working fine or not. So let's take it, and then order start date should be today, and now we have to price list should be B2C. Let's type B2C, and then we have to add B2C, and then we have to save it, and then we have to configure this order, and then we have to, now the product is changed. Before we are using only the commercial, now we are using directly the technical product. Technical product don't have any price, and they cannot be able to orderable. It's unorderable product, that's called technical product. Before we are all the time, we are, if you notice, that we are always, the product should be the DSS service. Now the product is be back to the school student offer, because this is technical product, and that DSL service is what, the commercial product. So these are the difference. When we are testing the orchestration scenario, we need to use only the technical product, not only the technical product. Can use commercial, but as we are working on this task, they are adding a technical product only. So that's we have to check. Now we have to go into the configure page. Let's do the open the message, and we have to go take me there. Now we have to change the download speed. Now we have to change download speed to the 14 bps, and then we have to change the grade of that internet service to the best, that we are changed. Okay, now we have to close this one, let it load. Let's load, and then we have to close it, and then we have to decompose, and then where we have to go, we have to go into the view orchestration. Now we have to go into the view orchestration plan. Here if you notice that the two swim lanes are there, that is, first is the installation system resource. See, I just, if I click the dependency, this is the link where you can see the source order is directly decomposed into the fulfillment request. So as you can see, this is the two these two are the swim lanes, that is, and then we have to check these are the decomposition or not. So now we will go into the orchestration plan. Now we have to go into the little lower, and then if you notice, then these two are similar. These two are similar. Similar means orchestration plan definition, like E2C master plan and installation plan. These two scenario we added. Okay, these are the link one. how the start order is in green. As you understand, these are the complete state, and these are the is in the credit check is in blue color, that indicates the ready state, that already I discussed in the previous lecture. So what the gray is in gray color, the two orchestration items are in the gray color. It means that it is in the pending state and waiting for the credit check to ready to complete the order. They completed the status to be ready to, they change the status ready to the complete. So that means it need to be complete. So these two are waiting for ready check to be come up to complete the status. Okay, so this is happening. So in this way the scenario is working. And then if you notice, if they are directly linked with the two scenario, two definitions are there. No, it's not only one definition, we are working only one definition. In the previous 2 or 3 videos, that was working only one orchestration plan, that is simulance. And now it's working on two things. Okay, two scenarios. This is one scenario and we are adding two definitions, two plan definition, that's called simulance. So we are directly linking the orchestration plan dependency definition under this scenario. So up to here we done that. Now we have to again the same scenario. Previously we did the same thing. As the credit check, that is orchestration item, having the record type is manual task. So what we have to do, we have to change manually the state should be ready to complete. Now we have to save this, and same thing is written in the PDF. So that's why I'm not reading and following, as I by base of knowledge we will do this one. Okay, so now we have to go back to the orchestration plan. Now you can see this is up, before it was blue, now it is in the green color. So because the state is ready to what, green. So now we have to refresh this one, and then we will see the auto task will be directly complete. So as in the PDF you can see as exactly the same output we needed, right? So we got this. Okay, so why this is not coming? Because I think so it may take some time, because it need to be, we have to call out. Okay, the radio type is, record type is call out, so we need to call this out because it's a fetter fed. So as you can see it's loaded, it takes some time. So wait for a while and refresh your browser again and then check. So as you can see the status is also, it was before, it was what, it's in pending, because it's come under the gray color, right? And now it's coming with the green. So status is directly, state is directly completed. And because it's having, so because it's taking too much of log, but in the first go, if your net is not so bad and it will directly refresh it, it should become with the like this, it should become like this. Execution log is should be success item is completed, it should be like this. So after completing, if you notice that it all depend on credit check, manual task, both the dependency is stored on the manual task. After completing the manual task, it's just waiting for those two to be activated and directly complete the task. So it's all about based on this orchestration item. So as you can see these two scenario. Now we will go into the next scenario. As you can see, previously it was showing the same status, right? So what they are saying, if the execution fetter fails, that would be so well exactly the same thing as the maximum number of retries is what we kept to the 3 times, right? So the call out system is needed to be start again and again, and maximum up to maximum retry it will try, and if it is failed, then the log should be like this. The execution log should be like this, because they are at up to maximum retries they will do, because the call out system is work like that, it need to be restart. So that's the exactly thing. If you see that, I think so you guys notice that let me do the again. See, these are the reattempt. These are the reattempts. Because of that, and there is written also, orchestration item is over the maximum retry limit. So as you can see, the number of retries is 3. Because of that, it's over. If you keep 4 and 5, it will come. If you are not keeping any number of tries, the by default it should be come with the 3 only. So these things you need to remember. Now what they are saying in the order item section, click the fulfillment request. Okay, we have to click in the fulfillment request. Now this is the order fulfillment request. Now we have to go order fulfillment request line. Okay, we have to, if we go this, we already discussed order fulfillment request. If we go, then it will directly come with that order, and which is having the same product, where we tested the orchestration plan. But now in this scenario they are saying orchestration request line. Then let's go to the, and then they are saying what, display the JSON attribute for the fulfillment line items. Let's see. Okay, so this is the JSON attribute. If you notice, this is the JSON attribute, and what they are saying to see, copy the line number ID to your buffer and including the point 0001. Let's do that. Exactly the same thing you have to do up to here. So let's copy this one. Okay, let's copy the line number. Okay, line ID. Okay, this is line number ID. I copy it, and now then we have to open the browser. Okay, let's open it. They are saying open a new browser with this URL. Okay, let's copy that URL, and now we have to paste it here, and then open it. And then they are saying, using the browser find Ctrl+F function, paste the line number ID from your buffer to search the dialog and find your training playground request on the training mock servers. Okay, so this is the line ID I pasted here. So let's copy and Ctrl+F and then paste it and then enter. So let's see. As you can see, this is it directly come up. So that ID is needed to become. So for your case it's a different one. Your ID should be different. Mine ID should be different because the ID is based on training playground request. Okay, which is come for the technical mock server, whatever server we created for the system. The system we created, according to that system they link the training playground. So according to that training program, the ID is different for everyone and it will come with the different request. Okay, so now we will move forward. Now the last task is change the attribute and check the impact on the orchestration plan. So now we will change the name of the attribute. Okay, now create an order with the installation log. Let's create a new order. Now create a new order. Let's go into the order and we have to press new and then let it load. I will directly clone the previous order and then change the name of that order. Okay, let's change the name of the order because otherwise I would fill all these things and the status would be draft. That's it, and then save it. So you can do clone or you can directly create a new one, but just make sure the account name should be the same and B2C price list should be the same. Okay, now we have to add the this product into the card. Let's add back to, and this product is not commercial, it's a technical product because we are adding into the orchestration scenario testing. Okay, and then we need to memorize these things. Okay, now we have to add this one. Add it and then we have to change the values. Now we have to change the values. Which values? Download speed should be 40 and grade should be, let's add, in download the speed should be 40 Mbps and the grade should be best. Now we have to expand this installation. One more thing we have to change in this time. that the installation type should be DIY install. Okay, now we have to close it, let it load. Now we have to close this one, and then same thing, we have to decompose it and view orchestration plan. Let's check, because we added one more installation condition, right, where we added the condition for the DIY when the service is the attribute and the product, the orchestration item is the installation system, where we select the service as a DIY, then what impact it should become for the orchestration plan, that we will check in now. So let's it load it. So okay, now we will check the scenario. As you remember the scheduling installation plan, where we change the attribute, if the service installation type is DIY install, it's not equal to DIY install, then only dependency should be worked, right? So what will happen in that case, after completing this credit check, it was in the ready state, now it was in the where it was in the complete. So what will happen into here, just ask yourself, we will see it will directly see this is completed, and the next create complete order is also created, it should be go in that manner, right? But as we change the attribute value based on this attribute values, it is depending. So now the attribute value is should be DIY install, right, that we kept, but the condition is what, it is not equal to DIY install, then only it should be worked as a dependency definition, otherwise it would be directly skip this one. So as you can see, it is skipped, when you can see schedule installation callout is skipped. So the same scenario, this is the impact for the attribute while we change the attribute. Same thing is written. You will see the orchestration plan like following. The schedule installation task mark is skipped. Recall that the condition set up earlier was the schedule installation callout should only be invoked in the installation type was not equal to DIY, as we are equal to the DIY, because for that we set a DIY, so call out will be skipped. If the record type is not call out, it will not impact anything on this dependency. If it is auto task or manual or milestone, it will never be impact on these things, because based on the record type is call out, because of that reason that is impacting on dependency scenario, that is orchestration dependency definition. So because of that, it is the orchestration plan has been impacted by those changes. Okay, so now this will, okay, so this will bring me up to here. We will in this lecture, it's too long and this task is almost over, so we will meet you, I will meet you in the next lecture, and do not forget to subscribe my channel. Till then, stay tuned with me, and we will definitely complete this whole complete lecture with very smoothly and gracefully. Okay, and do some feedback on it, either positive negative, and you know me, I think so. Okay, so bye bye, take care.